Hey guys, we are back again with our partners over at FANATICS Sportsbook and talking FanCash. Most sportsbooks, well, their rewards are just fluff, but FanCash is the ultimate sports currency. When you bet with FANATICS Sportsbook, you get up to 10% FanCash back on your wagers, win or lose. Did we mention that they are giving away millions in FanCash this year and that you can use that FanCash on anything in the FANATICS universe? Go check it out yourself and download the app today. FANATICS Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See FANATICS Sportsbook app.
All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the KFS Postgame Show presented by FANATICS Sportsbook. I'm Jeff, that is Sean. Preseason overtime hoops, let's get it. Who wanted it? Not Sean, not Jeff, and not you, but you got it. Because apparently the Timberwolves, they play for free basketball this preseason, but the Knicks were able to win 100-95, keeping a clean sheet in the preseason. Sean, how you feeling, man?
Well, one, good to see you. We are so back.
Oh, yeah.
We're back. And how do I feel? Listen, I have two rules when it comes to preseason basketball. One, do not overreact to the preseason. Rule number two, do not overreact to the preseason. Rule number three, find a player to irrationally attach yourself to and say, this person deserves a roster spot no matter what. And then make sure you clamor for that person to get minutes all year. And for me, that person is Garrison Matthews, a.k.a. Gary Bird. Shout out to him. I didn't come up with that name. Shout out to everyone in chat, the Knicks KFS chat BCC room. But those are the three rules of Summer League. So, no, those are three rules. Those are the rules of Summer League, Drew League, LA fitness workouts, anything happens in the off season. But we are here to talk about the game. And the one thing that stood out to me, the two things that stood out to me, one, and Clyde alluded to it during the broadcast, the defensive intensity was not one of October. That was like middle of January, right? Diving on the floor, steals, turnovers, like they actually came to play. I mean, it was 92-90. It was 94. It was 94-94 at the end of regulation, or 90-90 at the end of regulation. So the other thing is, and granted, it's preseason, so I take it with a grain of salt, but love to see the mixing and matching of different lineups and different personnel, including hashtag the lineup, which I'm sure we will get to. But listen, Knicks win. As you said, 3-0 in the preseason. I have the box score up here. Everybody played. Mikal Bridges, 15 points, 6-12, 3 of 7. And the one thing I like to say about Mikal Bridges, I've noticed that in some of the Abu Dhabi games, is that the number of fadeaway, shying away from contact has decreased drastically. And hopefully that keeps up, because it is a long season, and everyone it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Everyone looks good in the beginning. Everyone looks good in the preseason. But let's hope that the good things that they are implementing, they keep up.
I love it, man. I love it. I look at the preseason. I love basketball. I love watching it regardless. So I'm tapped into the entire NBA, watching what's going on, along with the WNBA finals. Asia Wilson is a killer. He should be registered in 50 states and all U.S. territories. Hit a game winner over a couple.
I know.
over a soon-to-be married couple. It's different. That's a rap lyric. But I say all of it to say when I watch it preseason hoops, I look at themes. That's really what I'm looking for, especially with a team like the Knicks, a veteran team that's coming back, added some pieces and figuring it out. Here's some things that stood out to me so far in this game. This is a continuing theme. For one, pace, speed, action. These guys got prepared. Once they knew Mike Brown was the coach, it felt like everyone got in the weight room or hit the cardio machine and started dropping weight, getting lean. Cat looks leaner. OG looks leaner. Brunson looks wild leaner this year because they were getting ready because they knew they would have to run. This wasn't just lip service where they were saying, oh, we got to play faster. Because like Cat had said it in a post game, in a interview, every coach wants to play faster, but they're living their raps right now. And with that, you do see that there is more opportunity for turnovers, where you got the old philosophy where they wanted to limit turnovers as much as possible. You can tell and even with that, what was it for the game? I thought they were really loose with the rock. They only had 12 turnovers. Am I reading that right? Yeah, they had 12 turnovers.
Only 12. I mean,
only 12.
The other team was very loose with the turnovers.
23 turnovers for the Timberwolves. But one thing that you're seeing with the Knicks offense now is that it's way more opportunistic. It's opportunistic. They're looking for the pass. The other thing that I saw, this whole idea of Mike Brown saying spray to the corner, spray to the corner, spray to the corners. Oh, they got it. They got it. They're all the way. Oh, alarm's going on. Sorry.
It's all good.
They have implemented that 100%. They are running that. Like you see, there is a concerted effort to get shots in those corners, no matter who you are. They're calling it the spray to the corner, spray to the corner. They are doing that. They've made an effort to do so. Wow, it feels so refreshing to watch modern offense from my basketball team.
Be careful. Be careful.
It's only preseason. I know.
No, I'm not preseason. There's certain people out there that are still in mourning.
That's fine. That's fine. I forgot what we were mourning because that repass food was bussing. All right. That repass food right now is bussing. I don't even remember what happened. You could have told me Mike Brown was coaching last year, dogs. Like, I forgot. But I say all of this to say that was one thing that I noticed was the pace, the spraying to the threes. And also, I think I saw the lineup more in 3 games than I had over 100 last year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that fans have been clamoring for, analysts have been clamoring for, have said this is an opportunity to maximize the offense. That's been a theme that you heard all last year, maximizing the offensive talents. And I think you are seeing that Mike Brown will tinker and tinker and tinker until he finds a combination that works. Now, my one caveat to what we're seeing thus far is 66%, 70% of this has been without Josh Hart and how he's going to be involved in these rotations. From what we've seen so far, like I don't really worry about Josh Hart because it wasn't so much the fact that he was on the floor. It was because it was the volume of time he was spending on the floor in an ineffective lineup. And I think Mike Brown solves for that and will maximize Hart. But from what we've saw thus far, it's refreshing to watch theory play out put into practice to see if it's actually fact. And I think that's at the bare minimum what a lot of people want to see. And Mike Brown is showing a willingness to do that with his sophisticated offense.
Yeah. And something you spoke to about pace and playing. I think it was Mikal Bridges. It was either Mikal or Cat. I don't remember. But during the broadcast, they were talking about, playing with pace. And one of those players had said, like, but it's not just getting the ball. It's not just running on fast breaks, or it's getting the ball over the timeline. It's making the hard cut to the basket. Like, just playing with more. Like it's like in football, it's playing with tempo. Because if the faster you play, and you obviously not in a sloppy way, you keep defense on their heels, right? So, and you keep them guessing because they have to account for things. Like they don't have time to set up their defense if the ball's over half court in 21 seconds and someone's cutting here, someone's cutting there, right? So, these 3 games, and again, there's 3 games as preseason, but you can see like at this point they're buying whatever Mike Brown is selling, and that's the most important thing, especially after Tom Thibodeau's let go, and we've had discussions about who we thought gave the thumbs up in the exit interviews and the thumbs down and the Kanye shrug. I think it's safe to say that Josh and Jalen probably gave Tom the thumbs up. So no, and Mike Brown's an experienced coach. This is not his first rodeo. So I'm pretty sure he probably reached out to those guys first, if not Jalen first. It's still like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. And this is how I'm going to make your lives easier. So now, again, it's preseason, but scoring 90 points in regulation against a team that you forced 23 turnovers on, it's like, all right, we need to do a little bit better than that, but that's just me nitpicking. I mean, at the end of the day, again, it's preseason. They got to win, and let's just see what happens these next few games. We did not see Kevin McCullough Jr. tonight. No. If you had him, I'm sorry. But there's 3 more games. There's 3 more games. 2 of them are at home at Madison Square Garden. I'm sure you'll see everybody, but it's going to be very interesting to see who makes that who fills those last 2 roster spots, because clearly right now they have too many people.
1000%. What I will say is it's good to have these type of embarrassment of riches, because that Knicks bench, when they went bench for bench, like end of the line versus end of the line, it took Johnny Juzang going on a heater to bring this to overtime. Shout out to Juzang. UCLA won me some
UCLA's
money.
Yeah.
UCLA Juzang won me some bread. But he had to go on a heater to send this to OT, and I could tell it was one of those, yo, why'd you make that shot, Johnny? Like, we trying to go home, bro. Like, why'd you make that? Like, why? Bro, I get it. Like, fam, come on, dogs. We ain't trying to play 5 more minutes. And I thought it was funny, sidebar, that Mike Brown put Porty back in the game. He was like, yo, one way or another, we are not playing 5 more minutes after this. But
nope.
But yeah, man, I'm looking at this, and I'm just looking at what we saw in terms of lineups, right? We brought it back to the lineup. Overall, the it's because it went, I'll go for the first half alone, right? The lineup, as we affectionately come to know it, which is Bridges, Deuce, Cat, OG, Jalen Brunson. 3 minutes, 13 seconds total time, +5. Offensive rating 128, defensive rating 57. Equal number of offensive and defensive possessions, almost 105 pace, with a 14% turnover percentage, and funny enough, a 0 in the assist percentage. Everybody was gunning. Small sample size. It's the preseason. All the caveats are on the table. It just feels good to know when we saw this lineup that it can work, that it actually works, that the concerns, depending on who you play in the situation, certain things can be exacerbated, but it all depends on what type of position you're putting these players in offensively and defensively. Some of the things I saw, Sean, they were doing a lot of switching. I wouldn't be shocked if the Knicks play some zone this season. The Hart is going to help a whole lot on the rebounds, on the glass. I could see like they need to gang rebound at times in order to control the offensive glass, and at times the defensive glass. But you could see the concepts in action. You know what I equate it to? For those who have children, when you watch a child grow and There's trying to sound out words. Day one, they might just breath them like. Day 50, they may be able to say letters P. Then one day you wake up and they're saying mommy and daddy, clear as day.
Yep.
Because you've been drilling it over and over. And to you, you might think, damn, what when they started talking all of a sudden? But if you remember the incremental 1% every day, getting better, learning, trial and error, identifying, watching it in practice, watching other people speak and emulating it, those kids get better and better as time goes on, to the point where they just try and they get it. And then once they get it, they got it. We're watching the Knicks learn how to communicate and how to speak with this new offense. And once they get it, I think they got it. And I think that's what's so promising right now, just to see them working on stuff. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Like, this is the time to figure these things out. This is the time to get out of the kinks. This is the time to trial and error, try and try again. So that's actually a very good analogy. Like, at first they don't get it, but at one point they're a well-oiled machine. You're like, how the hell did that happen? It's like, well, practice makes perfect. So but at the end of the day, we're happy for Knicks basketball to be back, and we are happy that we are at the end of last season and the last episode of Casual Friday, or one of the last episodes of Casual Friday, I said, and I don't say went viral, but it got a lot of attention on on social media. And I said that the most frustrating part about going into next season is that with Tom Thibodeau as the head coach, is that nothing was going to change. Like, nothing was going to change. The Mike Brown era, at the bare minimum, is a breath of fresh air. Just seeing different things being tried, and not just saying like, all right, listen, I got this. I know this works because I said it. So look, we got 4 more games. I believe there are 4 more preseason games left. And then we have 82 games. So, and listen, those 82 games, there will be a lot of trial and error in those. There should be trial and error in those 82 games as well. Like, so many people have said like, oh, they expect the Knicks to win less games because Tibbs is not trying to win every game. I actually think it'll be a wash, if not they may be able to win more games, because guess what? How many games did we lose because we had to beat the Wizards on a Sunday night in December? And then with the next game, we have nothing left. So I think it's a trade-off. So we'll see. So
you made a good point about the pace, the vibe of this game. I think Knicks Timberwolves, now with all of the common history and the current history with them, with all the players changing, the type of coaches that you have coaching them, and the players themselves, I think it was inevitable that they were going to get after it. You knew Dante and Julius wanted to show off. Cat wanted to show off against his old team, and everybody else is just going after it, getting after it. I think that's the one thing that I liked about the players. You got Ant. Ant want to show out in the Garden. He don't care. Yeah. He's one of those players who does not care if it counts or not. He's going off. He's trying to go off. And everybody, and now we're getting closer to the season. So now you've got to kind of take these games a little more seriously. This was the first game where the starters played in the second half. We're ramping up now. And if you needed a ramp-up game after the Abu Dhabi game series, this was the perfect game. I think for both teams. This is the perfect game. You see an opponent where you're like, yeah, we want to win. Regardless, we want to beat this team. You're going to get NBA action, like Clyde would say. It was vacillating up and down. They were going after it. The Knicks put up every single 3. They didn't care. It was going up. And that's, once again, like what I'm looking at, Sean, is the process of it all. How they're going about it, what I'm trying to think of the schemes and everything like that, like how we're attacking different defenses. What is your process, and whether or not you make a shot or whatever. If you had a good process, that means it's going to bode well, in my opinion, going forward. So I was definitely excited to see that. There were some things I definitely wanted to get into. I do not care about your true shooting percentage. I do not care about your assist percentage. I don't care about your Vorp, your LeBron, your Darko. I don't give a motherfucker. We got Jordan Clarkson hoops, dog. We gonna get the whole experience. Somebody said, who's the last Knick to have this much aura? It might be Earl, bro. I think it's so refreshing. And Sean, we from the same era of hoops.
Yes.
Regardless of how you feel, it is refreshing to see somebody just come in and be about a bucket for good, for bad, for worst, for best. This man took 45 shots in the span of 16 seconds. When he told us it was going up, there was no cap. It was not lying. What do you feel? How do you feel about the Jordan Clarkson experience thus far?
So everyone remembers the Mike Breen comment when we played Utah last year and the utter disgust that Mike Breen had. But you know what I say? Look, Jordan Clarkson is not a max player in this league, right? I mean, I'm not breaking
You're
any
not
news
dissing
here
him,
with that,
no.
right? I'm not dissing him.
Not
right?
at this time. He's an old man in this league at 33.
He's a bench. Yes, he's a 33-year-old bench player. If you are like a bench guy, you need to get every dollar you can. And to expect Jordan Clarkson, who again, when you're a bench guy, you are one draft pick away from like being out of a job. I can't expect, like, if you want to say Jordan Clarkson didn't play winning basketball in Utah, so what? Guess what? Utah wasn't playing winning basketball in Utah. Like I can't hold his performance, back. There's a word we used to use in the 90s about people who used to shoot all the time, but I'm not gonna say that word on TV. I'm not gonna say that word now.
You can't say it?
I could, but I don't want to get paused. Anyway.
Right. Yeah, you can't say it because everything's a pause now, whatever.
Yes. I'm a big baby. But like I can't hold it against Jordan Clarkson for not playing quote unquote winning basketball when the team he was on literally said, we're not trying to win for 3 years. So guess what? If you're telling me we're not trying to win, it's going up every single time. And because it went up for those 3 years and he got a $6 million a year out of it, it got him to New York. So Jordan, I'm sure in this environment where the team is trying to win games, win playoff series, win conferences and championships, there will be, because again, it's an 82-game season, things will be worked out. But for now, let it fly.
Let me tell you real quick. What's the difference between Jordan Clarkson and the Eagles?
What is the difference? One of them
needs to push ass in order to score. The other one just needs to push the rock. The Eagles are on fraud alert currently, ladies and gentlemen. Our Eagles are currently on fraud alert. Jordan Clarkson, right? So when we say I would call it the unseasoned version would be calling it a ball hog, right? So when you say that, there's an implication that he doesn't know how to play the game the right way. And he does. Maybe slight asterisks when he knows you can get the ball, put the ball in the basket. He'll find you. He had a great feed to OG for a 3 in a corner. He has court vision. And when he uses it to the fullest of his ability, I think that it unlocks a whole other dimension for that offense. And then let's keep it a buck, Sean. Let's keep it a buck. I don't think they signed Jordan Clarkson to be Mark Price or John Stockton.
No.
You feel me? Like they didn't sign him to be a Hallie or CP3. They signed him to get buckets off the bench.
Yes,
and
that's his job.
And having said that, when we watched the Knicks bench last year, we knew that scoring was a problem. You're not going to have this problem with Clarkson. He also has the ability to pass. He's been feeding Mitch in those games. He fed OG. Like, I see it. He has the ability, and he's not. There are going to be games, and this is the part of the Jordan Clark experience, where you're on the ride or you got to catch the next train. We going express. We're not stopping at every stop. You got to catch the express with him, or you got to go catch the local if you're not ready for the ride, because sometimes he's going to go ballistic and he's going to make you pull your hair out. Sometimes he will have one of those campaign versus Detroit games where he is the reason and the catalyst for a comeback. What you want is something in between for the consistency portion. You go up, you get your shots, you get your opportunity, play hard, just try to make the right play, and you're straight. But what I will say is, having said all of that, yo, man, as long as so far preseason, I'm having fun watching Jordan Clark hoop because I like those type of hoops. I like the type of hoops. And if they're winning, I'm not going to really say too much. He starts costing the games. I think Mike Brown's the type of person that's going to make him pay for that. So, it's low risk, high reward.
Yes, absolutely. And if you can manage a player properly, it's fine. Before we move on to the next segment, I just want to say I have no idea how in the hell we have spent 27 minutes and 40 seconds on a monologue for a preseason game.
We just vibing, man. Yo, they went to overtime. Why can't we shoot?
Oh, my
we
goodness.
can talk about, what do you want to do? You want to talk about, is there anything else glaring before we get to the comments and just have this banter?
I'll say this. Overtime in preseason should be each team gets the ball once. If the game is still tied after that, sudden death. We're not here. Like, if I was at that game tonight on a Thursday night, I'm like, dog, I am not trying to. I would have actually, no, I wouldn't have left because, like, oh, the game is close, whatever. Like, I'm not trying to be at the Garden until 10:15 on a Thursday night for games that don't count. So
and if you have to catch the train, you got to be out.
You got to be out. So
you got to be out.
That's my suggestion for preseason. Each team gets the ball once. If the game's still tied, sudden death. That's it. All right. Anything else before we move on from you, sir?
I was gonna go into different players or whatever, but we can shout out the super chats, right? We can get to that.
Let's do
dealer's
shout
choice.
Out your players. You're the dealer. Shout out your players, and then we'll go through what we have got to go through.
One-Eye Jacks Wild. No Deuce of Clubs, no Deuce of Hearts.
Suicide Kings.
Some quick hits from me. One, I don't know what I don't know what Mike Brown was cooking with that Shamit, Deuce, Clarkson, OG, Mitch lineup. What was he cooking? His brain got a little too big for preseason, but I see the vision. I think those three guard lineups with OG and Mitch, you're covering, you put your two most demonic defenders on the court and you let those three guards do their thing. And I think this is another example of a different type of philosophy. You're matching up skill versus skill, not so much height. We're not matching, we're not demoting you or disqualifying you from being in the lineup because somebody else is putting out a 6'9" dude. Right? Like if we'll counter with skill and we'll see what happens and we could switch up. So I think this was a matter of him getting a lot of players in the game and just trying to see, this was gumbo tonight. He was making a whole lot of gumbo. He was trying to see which one hit. Yabusele, Madison Square Garçon. This dude, he's a better defender than what I thought. Oh yeah, that's the guy, man. You saw his alley-oop. He looked like Big Papi running the fast break. He got the Big Papi vertical too.
Yo, we are We are in mid-season at Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, bro. I think he plays. He's a better defender than advertised. I've heard the defensive
preseason.
It is.
Preseason.
This is my preseason player that I'm latching on to. My agenda. Yabusele defensive agenda is going to be my one agenda for the year. That I think he's a better defender than he's rated. I've seen him challenge at the rim. I've seen him move his feet. If you score on him, it's tough. We'll see over the course of a season, but yeah. And thank God Mikal Bridges ate the demon fruit to get the rubber abilities, because I thought his arm was snapped into when they collided. So thank God for being Plastic Man and whatnot. And I appreciate Mikal, and I see that you are attacking the cup, bro. You are attacking the cup. Ain't no fadeaway. I don't think I've seen a fadeaway all year. I don't even think he went to the fade.
I think I saw one in Abu Dhabi, but I don't remember.
Yeah, different. Those are the two things that I think we'll get in. The super chats will probably guide us other AOLs. That was just my things.
All right. One other thing. I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Who do you think took the most shots tonight on both teams combined?
What if it wasn't Juzang?
Juzang, you're hilarious.
No, I said if it wasn't Juzang,
Juzang's not even close.
It might have been Julius.
No.
Dillingham?
Julius is no. I'll give you one more guess.
It wasn't Rudy Gobert. I'll tell you that much. Was it? Who was putting it up like that? Oh, it's one of the. Is it one of their bench guys?
No.
All right, then I forfeit.
Anthony Edwards took 17 shots in 27 minutes. Like, that is absolutely like letting the Ruger spray. He took 6 of 17. By the way, Julius Randle in his return to the Garden for preseason, 4 of 10, 16 points. Dante Divincenzo in 23 minutes. Dante Divincenzo 1 of 3 points, 1 of 3 from 3. Shocker in 24 minutes. Once a Nick, always a Nick. And I heard that Mr. Randall says it's the happiest he's ever been. And you know what? I'm happy for you. Truly.
100%.
Like, you have found peace. That matters. And if you're out there saying like, "Oh my goodness, he's not happy. He's in New York," I was like, "Well, you're probably one of them motherfuckers that was like stomping
you
on
a
this
miserable
picture
fuck
after
too."
Yeah. So,
but what I will say is, I'll shout out to Julius. But now I realized he just like Achilles has vulnerabilities when he's attacked from behind. Because that boy, he went into that. He turned his back. Turnover. You want to talk about waking up in a cold sweat? Like, I got mad. I got instantly mad. It was like, okay. It took me back to a dark place, man.
It's not your problem anymore. And we have now spent 34 minutes on a monologue for a preseason game. And with that, let us move on to first, before we get to Super Chats, a quick read from our friends at FANATICS Sportsbook. Hey guys, as we know, injuries are part of the game. But when an injury takes your bet and your sportsbook leaves you hanging, that hurts. That's why our partners at FANATICS Sportsbook hit different. They've got fair play coverage for you. FANATICS Sportsbook protects all pro basketball player prop bets from first half injuries. This isn't just protection, it's real value for your plays. FANATICS is the home of fair play all season long. Your old sportsbook won't do that. Time to switch. Download the FANATICS Sportsbook app today. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLERS. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-5050. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See the FANATICS Sportsbook app for details. Now, I believe that we should have let's get to our first super chat, which is going to be from FANATICS Sportsbook. And we're still here. Don't worry. We're here. So FANATICS Sportsbook says 3-0. Great OT win. Even great to be back at the Mecca. Here's $30 at FanCash. Good to see Julius back in the building. Evolve. Yo, he got
Okay.
Evolve
Mr. Natix,
quote
you are
unquote
wilding right now.
with all of his quote unquote highs and lows. We'd recommend putting it toward a new Knicks jersey on Fanatics.com. But if you had to put it toward one Knicks future bet for this season, what would it be? Jeff, I will yield the floor to you.
Mind if I help with this segment, fellas?
For sure.
What's up? First of all, good to see you, Jeff. Good to see you, Sean. Long time no see.
You, Mr. Claudio.
Wildin is not even the appropriate, like, enough of a word to use for how you guys approached this monologue tonight. The tush push reference alone made me just the AO that was being said on my end and in multiple cars and at the gym.
Yes.
Like,
well,
a
Andrew,
random person's going to be listening to the post game tomorrow.
You won't have to worry about that next season. It's out of here.
It's out of here.
It's out. Yo, bro.
Tush push.
There's about to be a revolution.
Tush push is God. Okay. I don't personally hate it, but if the Eagles are on fraud alert and it stops working, then maybe that's where we go with this. For those who don't know, the Philadelphia Eagles are playing the New York Giants tonight, and the New York Giants are up 10 in the fourth quarter. They're
actually up 34-17, brother.
Oh, they're up 17 in the fourth quarter.
That's You heard that? That's survivor pools across the country going in the fucking dirt.
Bingo. And as you
shout out to Giants 7.5.
Shout out to Giants 7.5, and this may come up later. Not the worst thing to happen to a Philadelphia sports team tonight. Anyway, I have some lines I want to throw at you guys, courtesy of our friends at Fanatics Sportsbook. So the Knicks to win the title is plus 900. So maybe you want to put your $30 in FanCash towards that. If you don't want to put it towards some apparel, like the hat I'm wearing or just a regular Knicks hat, the Knicks to win the title are plus 900. To win the East, they're plus 290. To win the Atlantic, this is my professional, non-professional bet. They're minus 350. Unless you're parlaying it, don't touch that. The under actually has more juice on the Knicks, 53.5. It's at minus 125, minus 105 if you want to hit the over. And then I want to share the screen at the moment. Let's look at alternate regular season wins. So say you're high on the Knicks. Not the Julius Randle kind that Fanatics reference, but the actual Knicks, high on the Knicks winning a title or at least a lot of regular season games this year. 56 wins. Haven't won that since the 1997 season. Is plus 150. And then if you're feeling froggy and you want to jump, 58 plus is plus 280. 60 plus wins, plus 450. And then so on and so forth. 62 plus, they're offering 64 wins. Gets you plus 1,200. Again, if you really believe in what you're seeing right now, it's worth. Listen, it's worth the squeeze if you hit it at plus 1,200. Of these lines, fellas, does anything intrigue you?
Of these lines in front of me right now,
or the ones that I just read to you, or the ones that I just read to you.
So, go ahead, Sean.
Honestly, I would. $30 in FanCash. I'm either going to bet them to win the title, or I'm looking at 60 wins at plus 450. Like, I'm trying to get some value here. Unfortunately, because we live and all three of us live in New York State, we cannot bet player awards because politics. There's some player awards I have my eye on, but I would probably look at 60 because I think this team could probably win 60 games. I think if everything clicks, because I said it at the end of last season, I'm like, next year, they gotta be once Halliburton tore his Achilles, and prayers up to him, and once we realized there was no Boston, no Indiana, and it's like Cleveland, like whatever, like I was like, the 1 seed is in play, and if they get 60 wins, they're gonna be the 1 seed. So that's where I'd look. That's where I'd put the money on.
Yeah, I echo what Sean is saying. If you bet in this, it's all about value at this point. It's not about like realism. Like the 54 wins at minus 105 is nasty because the over under I think is 53.5. That it is. So it's like if you hit they're doing betting right by the sports book. right? They're doing betting right. Because you look at this and you say, minus 105, I'm getting 95 cents on the dollar. I might as well go to 56. I might as well go to 58.
Yeah.
Hell, I might as well go to 62 if I really want value. The Knicks actually were at 8-1 at one point to win the title. To hear that they're at 9-1 now, like what changed in the league that made you want to? Well, that might have been that was post free agency and all of that, right?
Oh.
I think they were still 800 when KD, all of that stuff happened. They were still at 8-1. So I'm like, it must be just the fluctuation or whatnot.
I would say the market probably is dictating that the money is like they're trying to entice people more to
right.
Or maybe they didn't trade for Giannis. That affected the market so much.
It is like the stock market in a sense that could cause a ripple effect.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but
I'm
joking.
It's in the realm.
It's just the money.
It's Pluto
it's
right
in the
now.
money. It's money.
Might be a planet, might not be a planet, depending on when you grew up. I probably put it at that 9-1 to win the title. Or if you're getting, you might be getting plus 200 to win the East because they might still be on the Cavs like that. I don't know, but I would probably look at to win the East.
No, it's like plus 240 to win the East, right, Andrew?
Plus 290 to win the East, plus 900 to win the title.
I would go to one of those. Win the East or win the title. That to me, along with what Sean said about the 60 wins.
Okay, I'd like to rescind my my choice and offer a new one. But first, a quick preview of betting and sweating. The season preview betting and sweating. So like Fanatics, I was looking this up. Fanatics has the Knicks to be the 1 seed at like plus 240. Like, if you think they're going to be it's better for you to bet them to win 60 at plus 450 than to do like 1 seed at plus 240. But the one the actually bet that I would do, because I actually was scrolling through the Fanatics app. The New York Knicks to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in the finals is 35-1. That is the bet.
Ooh, that is the bet. Wow, you stole my thunder. Well done, Sean. I had a surprise coming at the end, and you stole not that one. Not that one. But you stole my thunder.
This is not a surprise. What is it?
Well, so
I think I know.
The one I didn't mention was 14-1, and I'm not even saying this is like I would boldly pick this for the season, but 14-1 most regular season wins for the Knicks. If like J-Dub is already out for a while. I know the Thunder are a regular season win factory, but that conference is a monster. So they could like win 58 games and it still be the 1 seed and it be a successful season for the Thunder, and they'll be ready to potentially defend their title. And if you're just looking at the Knicks in the East, and if you're really high on what they're doing, and this regular season at least is going to be very good, if you're already saying they could win 60 games and the value for 60 games is just plus 450, you triple that basically, and say if 60 wins is the most in the league this year, it's plus 1400. So that's where I was going. And then Sean completely one-upped me with that. That was well done, Sean.
I put those on equal footing because here's the thing. If you want to be less risk averse, I go with the regular season wins because it's based on beating the league.
Right.
It's not based on beating one specific team. If you got lunch money or something to sprinkle, you know what I mean? I may go to that 35-1. Because here's the thing, the Thunder also gotta make it.
Right.
So there's a lot of I think those were 2 bangers. I'll say that. Those were 2 bangers that y'all gave. And y'all getting y'all value here, man. When these hit, don't say we didn't warn you because wow. Yeah, those are good.
I'm just letting you know now. I am looking for Sean's bet now to potentially put my $30 in FanCash on it.
J-Dub got his he fixed his hand, right? That's what he's out with.
That's what he's out with. Yeah.
So
broken hand and
so the funny thing, Andrew, I was actually looking at I actually saw like Knicks most regular season wins, and I was like, Nah, I'm not gonna finish the most wins. But then as you were saying what you're saying, I looked up. I was like, okay, 3 teams won 60 games last year. One is Boston. Goodbye. The the other is Cleveland, and I don't think Cleveland is trying to go balls to the wall again. And the other is Oklahoma City, and again, they won the title. Like they're gonna be scratching, like they have no reason to go like hard in the paint. The other bonus one I'll get to, and then we'll get to super chats. And thank you for all for patiently waiting. Is the Knicks to beat the Denver Nuggets in the finals is 65-1.
Jeez, Sean.
That's listen. I'm just looking at if I think the Knicks can win the title, who's gonna get there? It's either gonna be those at those numbers, you can bet both of them. Like you can put $30 on each of them, and then you still get the come up. Like $30 is 65-1. Come on. So those are the ones I would do. I would do those. But Andrew, I honestly might throw some dollars on most regular season wins.
I'm so serious. I'll post the screenshot later. I just did all three. So what I did was I boosted 20% NBA futures bet that Fanatics is offering right now. You could boost all of your individual bets, by the way, Knicks fans, over on the Fanatics Sportsbook app. So I got the regular season wins one. Actually, do I want to boost the other one? No, because that's the one I'm actually going to boost Knicks Thunder up 20%. So I got it at plus 4,200. Okay, and then I got the other one. So you're welcome, Knicks fans.
Like,
we just gave you some pretty sound.
Go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was going to say
advice for this season. Go ahead, Jeff.
This is not no ad, no hashtag sponsored. Real talk. Fanatics is my favorite sports book because they, for one, when they have promos and you bet, they automatically load up the promos instead of you having to go and click and opt in to everyone. You're auto opt in. So if you go in, they'll have everything pertaining to the type of bet that you made. Like you can double check, but for the most part, you're getting all different types of betting in there. And it's just a super clean interface. It just makes the process go by so smoothly and you get so much optionality. So if you're looking for a new sportsbook home, check out Fanatics. And even if you're not, check out Fanatics.
Indeed. All right. Continue with your postgame, gentlemen.
Thank you, Andrew. All right. After 48 minutes and 18 seconds.
We just vibing, y'all, like to be honest.
We are vibing. We're not giving out gambling advice. We're just giving tips. All right.
This is not financial advice.
No, let's hear what you have to say. So let's get to the super chats. And by the way, shout out to Kev on the ones and twos.
Kev words.
All right, number one. I saw this when we first logged in. Lito, thank you for the super chat. Clark should be throwing up some bullshit.
Nah, but facts though. Yo, first shot. My man off the fast break pulled up from 25 from the wing.
Yo, there's a shot in Abu Dhabi where he sits like 18 on the shot clock. And
it's up.
He let that joint.
It's up, bro.
Oh my goodness. Listen, the hope, Lito, is that the bullshit gets weeded out of his system as the year goes on. Like now's the time to get out of his system. Like, all right, just let it fly. So thank you for your generous contribution. Jeff and I will Jada Styles these super chats. So the next one's for you.
Yes, sir. Kevin Danishevsky, the first Danishevsky super chat I've seen in the season. What's up, bro? GMAC 10 seconds to laugh at Yankees. Mikhail looked like a vastly different player. Not concerned about shooting. Trade Pack / Crazy. Watch too much wrestling. Trade Pac / Kolek. Keep Matthews / Brogdon / Shaman.
So let me just start here. And I want you both to be on here. Jeff, you're a Yankee fan, right?
I am Baseball agnostic.
He's agnostic. He's
Baseball
agnostic.
because I know you're from Queens, so I never know if it's like.
You see what happened to the Mets at the end of the season.
Oh, I know.
That's the reason why I'm like I don't, and people call me like I feel like I'm like Eric Adams when it comes to baseball. But I'm like, the Mets are the queens of the Queens, New York of America. I root for my borough and I root for my city when it comes to baseball. So unless they're going against each other, I root for both teams. Call me a fraud. I don't care. Fight me.
Fair enough. And
Fraud.
unlike Eric Adams, you're employed. So I'm just gonna go on record here. Oh no, I think I broke Jeff.
Oh man. I would have. I mean, hey, he's up at New Year's. He's up at.
Did what I say was anything not real? Like too real? Not even too soon? Okay. So Kevin wants me to take 10 seconds to laugh at the Yankees. I actually have something to share with both of you and to the Yankee listening audience. I had an epiphany throughout this series, and I was talking to my wife about this, watching Game 3, watching Game 4. I don't know if I'm just getting soft in my old age, and like I don't hate them. I don't hate the Yankees anymore. Aaron Judge is like my favorite player to watch. He had a great regular season. He's like one of my favorite players' careers to follow because it's Barry Bonds without the extra stuff. As Sean now holds up a 27th championship Newsday poster, a 27th heaven from a New York Post, a headline. Look, there are Yankee fans.
It's not for you. It's for you. It's for Kevin.
It's for Kevin. Look, Sean, there were several Yankee fans in my life and maybe in some group chats that have always reminded me how high they can count, which is the 27, that I got my jokes off at their expense. But
yes,
like I don't have that same animosity for the Yankees anymore. So Kevin, I will decline your laughing at the Yankees. And instead, fellas, can we take the next 10 seconds and laugh at the Philadelphia Phillies?
Oh man. This is a bad day to be a Philly sports fan, bro.
Oh my goodness. You know what? They would have been better off. That pitcher would have been better off pushing the baseball to home plate because maybe he would have gotten an out.
I feel so bad for him. Like, I get it, the rivalry, but that's an all-time. I got what he was trying to do, but that's why you don't do that. That's why you just throw it to first. I'd rather you airmail it to first than do that at home.
Well,
I'd rather, to your point, Jeff, I'd rather like you then turn and throw to first and the guy's safe. Like at least the throw was there and he just beat it out. For those who don't know, bases were loaded in the 12th inning in LA. The Phillies were playing the Dodgers, tied at 1-1. Whatever, the 11th inning. And Ryan O'Kirkering, a lot of letters in that name. Ryan O'Kirkering, it might just be Kirkering, still a lot of letters. Bouncer back to the mound. He bobbles it, and rather than there's 2 outs, so he just got any base, he could just get an out.
Any base.
He could just throw to first, and there's a screenshot of the guy running to first base, not even halfway there yet, when he's staring at the ball in front of him.
He was so out.
Kirkering decides
he was out by a mile.
Kirkering decides in his panic, I'm gonna throw home. And where did he throw it? To his home in Philadelphia, because it didn't go anywhere near the catcher that was 60 feet away from him. And the Phillies season ends on a wild throw error, fielder's choice. I do feel bad for Ryan Kirkering. My laughing is not at you, but to that entire loser baseball city, loser basketball city. And as the football world is now adjusting back to the mean, just the loser sports city of Philadelphia. Ooh. It was good to finally get some laughing at your expense. I know the Mets have their problems. The Yankees, of course, are now one of those like downtrodden franchises. I was talking to my wife. She has a student that is 15 and has only seen one Yankee trip to the World Series, which is the same number of Mets trips to the World Series. So there's actually some torture in the Yankee fan base now. But yeah, I'm here to get the expense at the expense of the city of Philadelphia, any time and place. So that's my answer, Kevin.
So real quick, and we'll get back to Super Chats.
Yeah.
I could never hate on the Yankees because you could like it, you could dislike it. Here's the truth bomb. When people think about New York, they think about the Yankees. The
They do.
Yankees are New York. Like, the Knicks are the heart of the New York sports world. The Yankees are the representative. The problem is, Yankees fans, a lot of you motherfuckers wanted to go root for the Cowboys and the Lakers at the same time, and Duke basketball and Manchester United at the same effing time. That's when this team became a part of the bandwagon world order. So that's one of the reasons why, aside from all the winning that the outside world hates, and when they target New York from their farms and their abysses around the United States, they're targeting New York City through the Yankees. So I cannot be a part of that. I'm too much of a New York guy to be a part of that. The New York hat is basically the symbol of New York City. More than fucking Tim's, you cornballs that put Tim's on everything. More than Tim's, it is the Yankee symbol, bro. It is what it is. Mets fans who picked up the Dodger rivalry, who inherited that, I get it, and I respect it. I'm just saying, I personally am not going to hate that team.
So last thing before I get out of here. First of all, I agree about the Yankee hat. I guess we should give a thank you to Jay-Z because he made it more famous than the Yankees could. I do want to say that, to your point, yes, the Yankees are the team of the city. And as a Mets fan, the reason I grew up able to generate animosity for the Yankees, despite their dominance in the city, was those Yankee fans that you're referencing that,
It is what it is.
again, would like to remind me before they go root for the Cowboys, how much that my team has never won, which is why, look, as much as I'm not taking my 10 seconds to laugh at them, I may or may not have sent a couple happy Yankee elimination day to playoff elimination day to those who celebrate, which, listen, just fair is fair. If you come at the king, you best not miss. I just personally am much more interested in laughing at the loser team and loser city down the turnpike, if at all possible, at any chance we can.
This post game is completely going off the rails because I
Oh,
have
it's
some things
gone.
to say.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
Okay, so Andrew, don't go nowhere. All right, so Andrew,
Don't go
first of
nowhere.
all, like the fact that, well, you said you're gonna leave. I was like, no, you should stay here. The fact that you properly directed your laughter towards a division rival
Mhm.
and not the team in the other league who makes some people feel smaller than themselves is why you, sir, are a scholar and gentleman. Scrolling on Twitter these last few days, I would see a tweet with Yankee slander, and I was like, is this person a Red Sox fan, a Blue Jay fan, or a Mets fan? Because I just can't tell, because they're all the same. With that said, hey, listen, I'm with you, Andrew, and Kevin, I understand. Yankee fans can be annoying as hell. Yes, they can. And they're 27, and most of those dudes are from like Bay Ridge or Long Island or New Jersey or, Staten Island or whatever, right?
Definitely Long Island, yes.
That's fine. That's fine.
The same ones that say
and
F.
look,
Trey Young when he's not in the fucking building.
Exactly. Same. It's literally
The same.
Jeff,
It's the same.
that's
person.
why it's the same people who say F. Trey Young when we're beating the Nets by 40 are the same people like, there's the same people that like the Yankees are gonna win the championship every year, right? Whatever. All I'll say is this. In life, like, there is a hierarchy in New York baseball. There's big brother and there's little brother. I am big brother. You are little brother. However, I don't root against my little brother, because why wouldn't I want my little brother to succeed? I have a younger brother. Why wouldn't I root for him to succeed, right? And the hope and the goal is that one day my little brother stops being my little brother and becomes my younger brother, or the brother that's just younger than I am. Like my brother now, he's 3 years younger than me. I don't say that's my little brother. He's my brother. My hope for Mets fans, certain Mets fans, is that one day, instead of trying to do this big brother, little brother thing, I want you to just be my brother. That's all. But you know what? It's going to take a hell of a lot of winning for you to get on that level. And guess what? If you do that, I am in your corner because I'm similar to Jeff. I've never hated the Mets. I never have. I never will. They're just the Mets. But at some point, you have to you Mets fans, like, we're not the ones you have to worry about. Like, and yes, there are dickheads who act like dickheads. I understand that. Don't worry about us. You have bigger fish to fry. Like, oh, I don't know, winning your division.
Or just literally the
getting,
fish. The Marlins in our division were
or
we couldn't
not
worry about
losing a playoff spot to a team that lost more games than they won over their last 52 games.
Are the Marlins like swordfish, or are they just Marlins? They
look
like,
honest,
it looks like a swordfish.
Gotta be honest, Jeff, this is the most thought I've ever put into what is a Marlin.
The OG Marlin logo looked like a swordfish.
It did.
Might be a Bronzino, Loki.
Two most famous Marlins.
And Kevin
Florida Marlins.
And, Kevin Danish. Oh, go ahead.
No, just the Florida Marlins and the Marlin from Finding Nemo. The dad's name was Marlin. Yeah.
This is it.
And go ahead, get last word if you want to dunk on little brother, Sean. Go ahead.
No, it's just that Kevin, I just see in comments, he said, Kevin Damashevsky says, I wasn't rooting against you. Kevin, you were in my DMs during the Red Sox series talking shit after game one. And this is why you deserve everything that you get.
See?
Keep fighting the good fight, Kevin. Look, I repeat, I have no animosity toward the Yankees. It's just several Yankee fans that deserved David Ortiz and Vlad Guerrero Jr. laughing in their faces on Fox last night, which remained one of the funniest things that I've ever seen.
Andrew, I told Sean, I'm so happy Big Papi was a Red Sox because he's the only guy that I could hear. Him and Pedro Martinez are the only two that they slandering you and it feels like your friend is, and you won't get tight, right? Like Yankee fans knew what the vibes were this season. Me and Sean talked about it before we went. You knew what the vibes were. But Papi, now he's making this a trend. This is where someone in that organization needs to care enough. Bro, I put out a tweet that said Boone and Cashman are on the clock. Yo, I got some of the best replies from Yankee fans like, what clock? How clock don't work?
There's no
they're
clock.
Gonna be right back talking about, dang, what can you do?
There's no
my
clock.
favorite one. Shout out to my guy, Rob, Ugly New York. He said, Hal's just going to be like, man, what can you do? We had a great season, huh? And then come back, run it back with the same e-board, yo.
Yeah. I think I've successfully hijacked this show to talk about baseball and our friends at Fanatic Sports.
Bro,
enough.
it's
a
preseason.
I'm not sweating it. I just know that there are people. Look, I extended. I came on just a little behind the scenes because I wanted to make sure we hit a certain time, and we did, and I'm glad we did. I'm here for it. So listen,
the replay will be time coded. Correct.
Oh, it will be.
So you'll be straight.
Always time coded. You got it.
You'll be straight.
Yeah. All right, fellas. As always, good to see you. People will be seeing a lot more of you over the course of this season, and maybe under a different name. More on those details to come in the not too distant future.
That's what we call a segue in the business, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we call a segue, or a tease, or both.
Ortiz. Kevin, thank you for pushing this off the rails. I'll have more thoughts about the Yankees Mets rivalry at the end of this show when we go completely off the rails. All right.
If you'd
back
like answer the rest of his question, if you'd like, or the fake
that's right. He does have a question. Okay. McCall looks like a vastly different player. I agree. Not concerned about shooting. Kevin has been on this trade Tyler Kolek thing. I'm going to say this. The fact that, like, we as a Knicks fan community, I understand we came from nothing. We came from the bottom. We came from the gutter. 2018, 19, 17, and 65. I get it. We are past the point where we have to latch ourselves to every single young player on our team who can walk and chew gum at the same time. Like, I'm not saying that we should trade Tyler Kolek, However, if Tyler Cole gets traded, especially if it's a trade that helps us get closer to the title, we should accept it. And we shouldn't cry about it and whine about it. Like, we are past the point where we see a player in Summer League do a couple things, and then we give him a cool nickname, and he cannot be traded. That goes for Tyler Kolek. That goes for Pacome Dadier. And I have nothing against Pacome Dadier. But shout out to Jason Meredith, who said it last season during study hall, to all the people who are like, yo, we can't trade Dadier. We can't trade Dadier. He's going to be this. He's going to be that. Did you watch him in the G League last year? Because I know most of you motherfuckers were not watching G League basketball. The New York Knicks are trying to win the championship. And I'll be damned if trading Tyler Kolek or Pacome Dadier, or not trading either one of those people, prevents me from doing so. If this front office, which they have earned the benefit of the doubt from me, and they should have earned it from you at this point. If they feel that trading one of those two guys gets us closer to winning the God championship, Tyler, Pacome, I love you. Once a Nick, always a Nick. Nothing personal, just business.
Yeah. Holla at me about Diawara and Kevin McCullough if you want to have agendas about young players, bro. I think Pac has all the tools. That toolbox broke. I looked in the toolbox and I'm like, why why is there a freaking donut in here, bro? Like, what the hell? Like, this is supposed to be a toolbox. Like, this dude, I don't no, because I'm not gonna pop. This is what I will say. There's a level of confidence that I see out of certain young players that I do not see out of Pacome Dadier. And this is year 2. This was a moment and a moment in his career where he could have made a statement for himself. Even if they wanted to trade him, because the way the math works with this second apron CBA world, you will have a better opportunity to sign somebody off of the buyout market this year if you move his salary as opposed to any of the other young guys. But when I see guys like, when I see Diawara go in there, when I see Huck Porty go in there, when I see Kolek go in there, when I see McCullough go in there, they just look more confident than dude. Like, he got a chance to start in Abu Dhabi. Some people snatched those opportunities and others, like, he looked okay. I don't know. I'm not going to be crying. If you want to tell me you keep him because you don't know what you have and it could possibly be someone that could be developed either for the Knicks or later on or in a trade farther down the line, I'll tell you, this is probably right now, in terms of prospects, the most promising since RJ Quickly, Grimes, and all of them. Like, think about people like, yo, what are we going to do with Garrison Matthews? Right? Like think about the type of talk that we've heard about that, man. Like, I just think the Knicks are in a way better position with their players and their assets than people give them credit for. And I do think these people know their personnel. So I think right now Mike Brown is evaluating and seeing what's up, and he gonna give his report, and then we'll see what's up.
Listen, people are like Dirty Dancer in chat, so he said like, he's 20, let's relax. Like, I feel you. Like, I'm not saying he's a finished product. All I'm saying is, like, there are people still thinking like, yo, RJ Barrett, this is the year he takes the leap. And he was drafted in 2019. Like, I'm talking to the people who see young player, latch on to young player, and automatically think young player will turn into superstar simply because he is that young player on your team. Like, we can't, like, I want you to drink some prune juice and let that shit go. Thank you, Kevin, for your generous contribution.
Chris Dunn and Cam Reddish are not in the NBA right now.
We're not going out of Cam Reddish, but like,
no, I'm not. I'm just saying, when you talk about young players who you think they're next and they not.
All right, let's go. All right, go ahead. You can read that one.
Hey, John, clearly sent before the post game or didn't read it. Hey, John, I'm planning a trip to New York next April for the first round of the playoffs, though the schedule makes it tough to plan ahead. But any food/place to recommend? And I believe, Oscar, are you in Hong Kong?
It's like Hong Kong.
Okay,
Shout
salute
out
to
to
you. I also see football heritage in your profile, in your YouTube picture. I do see football heritage in your profile picture. So
I would.
yeah, you can leave it alone, Sean. Leave it alone.
Listen, we got one of those last year too.
Hey,
all right, we got
that's
one
what
of
I'm
those
saying.
last
So
year
you can
too.
leave it alone. Let
right.
people shine in their football fandom, bro. Like, you know, Chelsea. I'm just saying. It's
Oscar,
what did my guy? Why am I blanking right now? The special one. Wow. I forgot his name. Mourinho. What did Mourinho say? It's football heritage. It's football heritage.
Yes,
but I'll say this, and you could chime in, Sean. I'll see if you vibe with me on this. New York is one of those places where I just say yes. You say any food place to recommend? Yes. It's probably more so the areas that you go in the city, and you will find something fantastic.
I'll say this. My rule when I travel is I try not to eat at a place that I could eat at home. So like any chain, no, like I'm not gonna do that. No, I'll tell you this. Anyone tells you, oh, this place is the best pizza in New York, they're fucking lying. Like there's good pizza everywhere. Like to Jeff's point, there's good food everywhere. Like they're like just actually, I'll give you one tip. New York has so many really good food places. If you have to wait online more than 5 minutes, if you have to wait on a line for your food for like 10 minutes, do not go. Period. Like there's a Joe's Pizza near Times Square and motherfuckers line up down. No, don't go there. Like you can find another place that the food is just as good. In terms of like places to go, there is a bar lounge called 235th, which is on 235th Avenue. It has the absolute best view of the Empire State Building of any place in New York.
Exactly.
That's where you should go.
Yeah.
And go during happy hour because they have happy hour. Otherwise, you'll be paying $24 for a cocktail.
So, yeah, and it's April. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Sean, that rooftop. And it's like, it's like super long rooftop, multiple bars. They have seating area and standing area. It's like AstroTurf on the top, something like that.
Nah, you think it's another spot. Like, but you know what I'm talking about. You've been.
I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about. The fact that I'm thinking of a totally different place that has the opposite view, you'll be able to find a lot of spots, especially if you come in April. It should be warm enough that you could get some rooftop light too.
It's actually open year round.
There you go.
Because what they do, they actually give you like they actually give you like hoodies to wear what is like chilly in this heat or whatever. But they should go. Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate you. All right, let's all right. We've been here for an hour and 13 minutes. Let's bang this out. Shree, thank you for your generous contribution. In Mike Brown's first season with the Kings, they started 0-3, and after 38 games, were 20-18. They ended up as the third seed. They'll get there too. Shree, very well said. Any of you motherfuckers who crash out of the Knicks start 1-2 or like 1-3, please dig a hole, bury yourself. Like I'm not like we have come too far, and we've seen enough good basketball for this team to not crash out. Like this is the season. I am not going to crash out over a loss unless it's something like, you know, they blow a 10-point lead like a minute or whatever like that. But I'm not crashing out over like, oh my God, their record is 2-4. Like it's 82 games. It's 82 games.
Exactly. I'm with you on that, Sean. This is the year of trial. I want to say trial and error, but this is the year of using the regular season as data collection for how you're going to execute in the playoffs. This is data collection. This is review. This is experimentation. This is roster configuration, rotations, and lineups. You're doing a whole bunch of fact finding and experimenting and improvising and innovating until you find the formula. And with this veteran team, you should, I'd say by the time we get to the end of the year, They'll figure it out. Up to that point, Sean, the other thing, well, I'll save it. We'll go to the next super chat.
All right. Thank you, Shree.
Ben Kim Gervey, what's up, Ben? Don't use process with Knicks. Shit's cursed, man. I think is what John has said. It's a process.
No one man has all that power. Like the process wasn't cursed. The problem was, all right, I'll go on a quick tangent. The process worked. This is my hot take, because the process did exactly what it was designed to do, which is to yield a franchise player, and they drafted one in Joel Embiid. Too bad his knees went to spaghetti and his diet wasn't the best, but it worked. After that, But listen, process always matters, period. The process is just as important as the result. Sometimes it's more important than the result, because if you have a bad process and you get the result you desire, you're screwed. Because guess what? I'm going to say, do it again. You can't. You had a bad process.
1000%.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate you. Kevin Danishevsky, Cat 2 of 11, JB 414, only down 6 when bench came in third quarter. Motherfucker, you really think I'm sitting like, I don't care. And it's not that I don't care about your comment, but it's like, all right. Well, I see what you're saying. Like, our two best guys played terrible, and we were only down 6. But again, Minnesota is not going to have the same rotations in the regular season. So that's why I'm like, it's preseason. Like, again, what I say at the top of the show, do not overreact to preseason basketball. Don't. Please don't. That's all. Thank you, Kevin, for your generous contribution.
All right. Oh, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. That was the last of our super chats. And in the wise words of an Arsenal fan, it's time to go. Of Arsenal Fan TV, it's time to go. Thank you for tuning in. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a 5-star rating wherever you are listening to this episode. Follow Knicks Film School at Knicks Film School on all social platforms. Rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. You already know the vibes. We got the bonus content on Substack, on Patreon. You subscribe, you put down your coins, and your return on investment is more fire Knicks content. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this video with everyone who you know likes Knicks content, likes Fantastic Sports Banner, loves the personalities on this platform, and wants to talk about Knicks in a smart, intelligent, and engaging way. Sean, do you have anything to say to the people before we leave?
I just want to give a shout out to the 937 people that have watched our dumbasses talk about a preseason game, among other things, for 1 hour, 19 minutes. This is why we are the best fan base in the NBA, hands down. I don't want to hear about the Lakers. Most of them are from LA. I don't want to hear about the Celtics because the Celtics suck. I don't want to hear about the Warriors because half of you will be gone when Steph retires. This is the best fan base in the United States of America. And I'm thankful for you. I'm very, very thankful for all of you.
I'll tell you, we were 5 minutes away from turning this into Giants Film School because they whooped them boys' ass. And I was enjoying that along with a Knicks preseason win. That is Sean. Kev Words behind the boards on the 1s and 2s. I'm Jeff J. Thank you so much. Kev, before we leave, what you got to say to the people? He said, hey, I got to find my mic.
Giants won. Crazy, right?
That's
Giants
it.
beat the Eagles. That's crazy. Kev Can't wait for regular season to start. Knicks fans, Fest Nation. Like I said, y'all truly the best.
Best fan base in the league.
I ain't gonna say no
Facts.
more.
In sports,
Thank you. What's up?
best fan base in sports outside of football, soccer. That get different.
Ooh,
That-
that'll be an
that get-
argument for a future time. Oh, post-credit scene. Before we go, there are a couple of things to keep on the radar. Sean, floor is yours.
So earlier I spoke about I mentioned, the last episode of Casual Friday, and that episode of Casual Friday where I talked about, Tibbs, nothing was going to change. That is the last episode of Casual Friday. Not that Jeff and I will not be on your airwaves, but we have rebranded Casual Friday. So look out for the premiere of KFS After School coming to a podcast and a YouTube feed near you. And also, Jeff and I, we may be working with a certain Jonathan Macri on a certain project involving teams outside of New York. That's all I'm authorized to say at this time. So please just stay tuned. In fact, I think you may get more information about this from John tomorrow. Now that is what they call in the industry a tease.
All right, y'all, we out of here. Y'all are maniacs. It was a preseason game. See you on Monday when the Knicks face the immortal Washington Wizards in preseason action. Kev, Sean, Jeff, you are amazing. Thank you, Knicks fans, and we out of here.
Yeah.
Go Knicks.
The Magic's in the work. Shout out.